I have noticed something about YouTube videos. First of all, hi. I know I don't do this very often, but I have something to say here. So I was born in 1996. I'm 28 years old, and I'm kind of in between generations, as it were. There's a very firm grasp on what is a millennial and what is a Gen Z. And I'm sort of like on the cusp of them. I have many bits of millennial, I have several bits of Gen Z, and I don't quite know where to find myself. And there's lots of different ways that people have talked about, this is how you tell if you're millennial, this is how you tell if you're Gen Z. Some of it's accurate, some of it's not. But I think one thing that has been very telling is video editing styles. People know about the trend that is the millennial pause, which is the idea that you start the video not saying anything. You're like, have that pause, and then you go. And that's alternated or contrasted by the Gen Z, like, quick cuts. Like, you start and you're already going. I think there's another particularly YouTube-focused millennial editing style that is very distinct and is completely abandoned by most Gen Z people. Certain people are picking up on it, but it's very subtle. But I think if you look for it, it is inescapable in millennial videos. Now, of course, millennials were kind of the ones who invented vlogging, for lack of a better term. I'm sure you could cite alternate claims to that. And of course, there were people in Gen X and the baby boomers who were there at the early start of YouTube. But really, it was millennials. They were at the front lines of figuring out what vlogging is. And one of the things that was very iconic was jump cuts. And again, that exists in, if you go back to like French cinema and stuff, that was a thing. They were doing jump cuts as an experimental thing. But in terms of telling a story, not just sitting and looking at a camera, not cutting at all, jump cuts were a unique thing. They helped you keep things snappy and fresh, because I'm realizing I need to do that myself because I haven't vlogged before and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I'm sure a lot of early vloggers didn't know what they were doing either. So jump cuts keep things tight. But how do you keep things moving smoothly when you're jump cutting? Because that can get stale. Just bip, 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 bip. That gets a little bit stale. And I noticed something that was a little bit trick that they were using to keep the flow kind of moving, help pull you into the next scene. I remember I watched a YouTube video which was about many things, but it also touched on Ronald Reagan's speaking style, where he would sort of be talking and he would continue his sentence and then he would go on and on. He would run right into the next sentence and then he would pause and pull you in, and he would have you hanging on that pause. And I think this technique is very functionally similar. And if you have keen eyes, you've noticed this already, and particularly keen ears. The audio of the next clip starts before the first clip's video has finished. And this works. This works really well. But you're now going to realize the point of this video. I found it funny to myself. What if I did that, but every clip, the audio starts, but then the other clip just keeps going into the next section? It's fucking stupid, but it made me laugh, and so now you're here in the living experiment of this dumb choice. The problem is I started thinking of this idea and I didn't write a script, so now I just have to start talking so that I can play the other clip in front of it, and I don't know where I'm going with this. That's the joke. I've told you the joke, and now I'm just executing the joke, and I hope you find it as funny as I do. I hope I find it as funny as I am. I gotta edit this shit and upload it. So, that's really all I was going for. I'm just going to drag this out a little bit, really milk this for all it's got. I don't know how long this end video is going to be. Hopefully it's longer than a minute, so that it's actually worth some of your time. That's it. Yeah? Okay.